Alright, rolling out, going to one of the RV parks, because I was sitting there watching UISP software, and I have phase 1, phase 2, and phase 3 in this RV park. The internet is on the first AP, then I got a dish Power Beam 5 AC that sends the internet to the next site, and then it has an AP, and then I have a dish sending it from that site to the third phase of that park. Well, what's happening in the software is indicating Tower 1 is all working, and the link from Tower 1 to Tower 2 is all green. But from the dish at phase 2, the router and everything after it is in the red. Now, remind you, there's 8 or 10 clients on phase 2 and phase 3, and it's been showing that it's been out for over an hour. No texts, no emails, no phone calls from any of them. And I know only 2 that had no activity, as if they are not even there, but the other ones, they were activity. Now, the link that goes between phase 1, phase 2, that link was showing somewhere around 12-15 megabits per second, and that was the total of phase 2 and phase 3 combined. So I know people are down there. I think it's just going to be UISP software. Maybe they're updating, because they did some updates like in the last 2 weeks of the app and everything. So I do believe it's going to be the app, because nobody's complaining, nobody's calling, no nothing, as if nothing is out of the ordinary on their end. As I was sitting at my RV, every now and then it says lost connection to UISP servers. Check your internet connection. Well, my son in there is streaming on a TV non-stop, and I have the other TV in my RV streaming as well. Neither one of them stopped playing. So I know that the internet at my RV was fine. So it's saying I couldn't reach the UISP servers, indicate to me, from what I have seen so far, it's not on my end. It's the software on their servers. Something is just, maybe they're updating something and it's just going in and out, because it says I can't reach the server from my RV, which I'm not losing connection. And also I got two sites, phase 2 and phase 3, saying it's not even connected, not working. But I got, some around 12 clients combined on them 2 towers. And as I said, no texts, no phone calls, no emails, nothing. Usually within 15-20 minutes, if there's an outage, I'm going to get a call or email or text, something from somebody. Nothing. Matter of fact, it's been an hour and 15 minutes now, and nothing at all. So that's making me think it's going to be the software, since they've done updates in the last less than 2 weeks ago. I've seen 2 updates. And also, it was something else makes me think it's not the hardware. First, when I saw it in my own RV park where I stay, it was doing the same thing, and it was out for like 15 minutes according to the software. But I was streaming videos on YouTube on my laptop, 2 TVs going, no issues. So I knew it had to be software because I was in that network that said it was not working, and it was working. So with that information, and it's doing, seems like the same thing in this site, customer site, makes me lean to believe that it's the software again. Just the information I've gathered of no phone calls or anything, and I've seen it while I was in the network of the site, that it said it was out for 15 minutes, and it was not. I'm almost there. I'm gonna take the laptop, I'm gonna go to Tower 2, Phase 2. I'm gonna plug it into the router and see if I can get internet. Now, if I do not get internet, then it makes me wonder why nobody's calling or texting or emailing me. What's wrong with the internet? You know, and if I'm not getting internet, then I got to figure out why. Is the router getting overheated? But it's also the link from Phase 1 and Phase 2 is going out. And that has nothing to do with the router that's in Phase 2's box. Even if you unplug the router in Phase 2, kill the power, the link between Phase 1 and Phase 2 should stay connected because it's on its own power. It's plugged in, PoE, and so there's so many different ways and figure out what this is and different things that can cause this. So we're going to find out. I don't know what it is, if it's anything, but from what I've seen in the last 2 weeks, I'm leaning toward it's the software. I could be wrong. That's why I'm coming over here to find out. And what makes me think it's the software is because nobody's calling, nobody's texting or emailing. You know, people have their internet go out, you know, they're going to call or something, somebody. Now if I have 1 or 2 people, now I could see them not say anything. But when you got, you know, close to somewhere around 10 or 12 people, -2, so roughly about 10 people, and none of them actually reaching out and say anything, that's really, from my experience of doing this, is practically, you know, don't happen. But we'll see. Let's get to Tower 2 and see what's going on. You can see this, but this is the Vulture's Landing Phase 2, which is that box right up there. The router and the PoEs and the dish and everything up there. And right now in the app it's indicating the router, the dish that's sending it to Phase 3, and the AP. So it's indicating that dish and that Omni up there is not online. It's only saying that one, that's the one that's receiving. And also it says the router is not online. All 3 are red, but I'm plugged into that router and it's indicating that I have internet. Now I'm going to play one of my videos and we can strap it to the pole as it goes up. They don't have a short one. As you can see, it's still saying it's in the red. Hopefully you can see it. And it says plug here, plug there, turn it on, it should work. It says it's offline, but it you know, it's obvious here that it's not, because I'm plugged right into that router that says it's offline. And that would explain why nobody's calling, because they're not losing the internet. It's the software. It's drunk, as Britt would say. Go home, you biggity. You're drunk. I think that was the phrase he used. And I agree with him. Sometimes, you know, software does that. So, this confirms that it's not dropping out. And hardware-wise, it's only the software. And let's see if Phase 3 is actually phase 3 says it's completely out, everybody on it and everything, which makes sense because if phase 2, the AP bridge sending it over to phase 3 is out, then yeah, then rest everything down the line is going to say the same thing. So it's indicating, let's see, the app says outages, Vultures landing phase 2 is out. Well, no it's not, because I'm streaming video and it has not had any glitches whatsoever. Let's do a speed test and see if it's still doing the speed that, let's see, where is it, if I do even have one. Let's see, speed, let's do a speed test. See what we get on this router. Alright. We don't have that many on here, so I don't have it turned up. Alright. 30, 25. There's not that many people down here, so I don't have it turned up much at all. Let's see. I like to try 2 different ones just to be sure. All these ads got to pop up. Yeah. 159, 77, 52 ping. It's kind of jumpy. Let's see what we can do by redoing this. Try again. All them ads got to load up. All them ads. Alright, let's try it and see what happens. Still on the app, it says this router is not connected to the internet, but obviously it is. And this test is not working too well. It's been acting up for the last couple of days. So let's go back to this one. Yeah. They go 90, 100, and oh yeah, there we go. Okay. So we got internet with no doubt, because the video is playing, and it's playing in 720. You'll pop it into 1080 HD and boom, right in it. So there's no issues with the internet here, even though the app says it is. Yeah, ubiquity. Go home, you're drunk. I'm gonna go home and get me more coffee. I just couldn't stand seeing the app saying there's no internet, and I had to confirm it. So yep, confirmed that it's not the hardware. It's not getting too hot in that box, which I hadn't had any of them do get hot, even though it's in the direct sun. Them little routers are tough. I mean, I've had some in a box and it was blistering hot. Almost feel like it would burn you, but kept going. So let's go and get out of here. Yeah, it was exactly what I thought it was from the information that I've received from being in a network that it was saying it was out at my own RV park that I'm in. And now it's this one that's going in and out. It's funny how it just like picking one at a time. And nobody was calling. I even asked one of the clients here, saying, hey, you know, my software is saying the internet's been going in and out, and it's been out for the last hour. He said, well, I must be tied to somebody else, because we have had no issues with it. He went in a house, checked to see if it's still connected to, you know, the right router. He said, well, I'm still connected to, you know, your router that you installed, so everything's working. I said, good. So that confirmed it as well. So software just, you know, having a glitch. They're doing updates. That's just the way it goes sometimes. But I couldn't stand it, since it was only like a 10-minute drive from my RV park to this one. that I couldn't just shoot over here and find that out. I was pretty confident that that's what it was. It was software, not hardware, because nobody calling. You know how people are. It's just, you know, if I had that problem, if I was in the RV park and somebody else provided, my internet quit for 15 minutes or kept going out as much as it was showing in the software, I'd be calling, which they have all the right and they should call, but nobody was. And that got my curiosity up of like, okay, it's got to be the software, because I've seen this before and I was in the RV park that was doing it. I'm glad it's not the hardware. So let's go back to the RV and keep on packing the suitcases and getting some other things done so we can actually get out of here 3 days from now. Until the next video, take care and hit that like button on this video and hit the subscribe button if you hadn't already, so you'll be notified when I put up or go live on this channel. I'll talk to you later.